Hi, I'm Sonja and I help people take their power back. If you're interested in working one-on-one with me and want me to call you on your BS, all my coaching information is in the description below. I also go live here on YouTube if you want to come hang out and ask me your manifestation questions, and be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In this video, I want to talk about sticking to a technique / sticking to a manifestation routine. I think for a lot of you, this is extremely important to take into consideration as you are on your journey, because I know I was the person who tried everything. I did it and it didn't work, and I tried this and it didn't work, and that didn't work, and this didn't work, and that didn't work. Always looking for the solution to my problem. The thing I never did was decide that this thing is going to be what works and then just stuck with it until it worked. So I want you to ask yourself, is that what you are currently doing? Are you jumping from coach to coach to coach, from video to video to video, from technique to technique, technique to technique to technique, hoping that you will get what you want? Because if you are, then this video is for you. When I first started to understand law of assumption, the thing that I was consistently doing was robotically affirming, and that worked very well for me and still does work well for me. I don't robotically affirm quite as much, but if I need to think of something robotically, like that, but from that experience, from dedicating myself to robotic affirmations, I got control of my mindset. And I am very good at catching myself and redirecting my thoughts now, because I decided that I was going to robotically affirm. Like, that's how I do this. And I did that without even realizing that that's what I was doing, but that's what I did. No, I'm going to robotically affirm, and this is going to work. That was about a year and a half now. A year and a half ago that I started on the journey of robotically affirming, and it was the best decision I ever made. But I stuck with it. I stopped looking for solutions, decided that I had it, and then used it 24/7. Like, that was just what I did. And it's not that I was on top of every thought or I did it perfectly, none of that shit, but it's just like, no, when I catch myself thinking about anything, I'm going to robotically affirm and shift my focus. And that was what I needed at that point in my life. And like I said, I still use that, and I will still do that, and that is how I shift my thoughts. But it came first from making the decision, this is the technique I'm going to use, and it's going to work for me. The reason that I chose that one was because out of all of the stuff I had tried, it was the one that worked the best for me and resonated the most with me at the point in my journey where I was. My brain was extremely fucking busy and just all over the place, and just being able to come up with one affirmation or a couple affirmations that I could come back to was so helpful. The thing that really helped me get the ball rolling was when I decided to start affirming, isn't it wonderful, everything's perfect, as a blanket affirmation over and over and over again. Coming back to that whenever anything happened, using it as my safety net affirmation, as I always talk about, where, you know, when I started spiraling or I had things happen that I didn't know what to affirm, isn't it wonderful, everything's perfect, isn't it wonderful, everything's perfect, isn't it wonderful, isn't it wonderful, everything's perfect, it's perfect, everything's good. But I stuck with it, and I evolved with it as I went, but I stuck to one thing. Now, and for a long, like, that was a long time that I was doing that. Now, today is January 15th, 2024. This video will come out almost a month from when I'm filming it. But it was December 31st, right around New Year's. I just decided I want to get very clear about what I want 2024 to look like, and wrote it all out. I'm like, it is 2024 going into 2025. I had the most amazing year ever. What all happened? And wrote it all out. And because it was way bigger than anything I've ever envisioned before, I decided to start scripting, which is something I did in my law of attraction days. And I really liked scripting, but I didn't understand why I was scripting, and the way I was scripting, I didn't really enjoy. So I decided to throw all of that shit out and decided, I'm just going to script the way that I want to script. This is my vision. This is my life. This is what is now true. And I'm just going to script it how I want to script it. And I'm going to do it every day. And I'm going to do it in the morning every day. And I'm going to do it for as long as I want to. If I want to, my kind of goal is to do it for 20 minutes, but I'm really at the point in my life where as long as I sit down and script, I'm not going to beat myself up because that I didn't hit the 20-minute mark. Oh no, it's not going to work because I didn't do it for 20 minutes perfectly. No, I'm going to script once or twice a day, just whatever feels good, at least once a day, at least for a minute or so, 5 seconds, write down one sentence, whatever. But I am dedicated to scripting until it no longer feels good. And right now it feels really good and I look forward to it. I still use my robotic affirmations. I still use all the mindset stuff I was using before, but because I'm going for such a bigger vision, it just feels good to script it and familiarize myself with it. But I'm sticking to it. I have a quote unquote routine. I've decided that it works. Everything I script happens so quickly. 2024 was the best year ever. Now, it's only been 15 days, and who knows what happens at any moment past the one I'm in right now. But I feel like this is extremely important. If you are going to continue to hop around from technique to technique to technique to technique, coach to coach to coach, video to video to video, convinced that you don't know what you're doing and it doesn't work and you need to find the answer, you're right. And until you change that mentality and decide you know what you're doing and you choose how it's going to work for you by choosing what technique you want to use, and it can be anything, and you can make up your own technique. I really don't give a fuck what you do. But you have to stick to it and decide that it's working. Because until you do, you're always going to be looking for answers. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.